Brown Tree, Al Ruben. This brand new limited series just dropped on Netflix. It's called All the Light That We Cannot See. And this series, it is based on very popular book. And this series has only 4 episodes, but it is starring Mark Ruffalo, Hugh Laurie, and like many more actors. When I saw this series was coming on Netflix, I was like, whoa, this looks really interesting. But this series tells the story only in 4 episodes. I personally thought this series, especially all the performance, was absolutely amazing, and the set pieces and set design so good. They are really captivating. But this series, it is done by Sean Levy. And when I saw this series was done by Sean Levy, I was thinking, whoa, the guy who did Free Guy, he is doing this series. Because this series, end of the day, it does deal with very heavy subject matter. And it is taking place during the World War II. And in this series, you see during the World War II, when like this girl Maria in this series, she is a blind girl and she is doing this radio podcast in that city, which is she's not supposed to do that. Like that time is not allowed. And we see across the town there is a German soldier named Werner who's listening to her on the radio. And we see also in this series this Germany sergeant, he is looking for, like he's going door to door and he's looking for this relic who is supposed, like this relic supposed to be in this town, and he basically going door to door, he's looking for that. And we see in this series also Mark Ruffalo, he's playing dad to this blind girl Maria in this series. So this series story itself, it is a little bit, I guess, like when I'm saying to you guys, it sounds simple, but when you start watching this series, it isn't as simple as it sounds. So this series starts with, we see this 2 person there, they're listening to each other, not each other, I guess, like this soldier, he was listening to her, and we see all this thing happening. Obviously, this series is sitting low score on the Rotten Tomatoes score. As I was saying, all the story itself, it sounds simple, but the way Sean Levy, he start telling the story, I felt like a first act for this story, because it is based on a book. Whenever you're adapting anything from the book, it can be difficult watching this series. I realized that because some of this part of this series, it is hard to get in, especially first act. You are like sitting there like, you don't know what is going on. This soldier is listening to this girl and all this thing is attacking. But honestly, as the series goes on, I thought overall this series is actually quite good. I am always sucker for this kind of history drama. So I enjoyed this series, although I do see this series is actually quite slow paced and slow burn. Some of the scene is very drag out and very draggy. Although some of the part, also some people will feel like it is very rush. So this is one of the situation I feel like if they made into movie, it could have been better, or if they made into 6 episodes, it could have been even more better. Either way, some people who like this kind of story, they will be like, whoa, why didn't they tell the story in 6 episodes? Because some of the stuff, it did feel very rush. And some of the scene really felt dragged. This is one of the series, is either way you can look at it. But overall story itself, I found it quite interesting. So I never read the book, but I imagine a lot of people who read the book, they will be checking this out. And I think people who read the book, they will definitely enjoy this series, because they will have already idea about where all the characters are going, where they're coming from. I think personally, the big thing about this series is the performance. They're so good. They're really captivating. I thought all the performances are really good. I did like seeing Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie is actually one of my favorite actors. I liked him as a house. I liked that he was in this series. He didn't have a lot of scene, but he was good. Mark Ruffalo was good. Maria, this actor who's a brand new, I think this is her debut series. I thought she was really good in this series. And Werner, who Louis Hoffman, you know him from the Dark series. He was quite good in this series. Because he comes from Dark series. I think the minute he shows up on screen, you start liking him, because you already like him in that series. I thought overall this series, it is it is quite well made. Like, honestly, the production design is just mesmerizing to look at. I really like the production. It was so good. The acting is so good. As I was saying, storytelling could have been better. Story itself, it's so interesting. That is why I think personally, storytelling could have been better. The first episode should have been more edited out. Some of the scene in the first episode, although I see what was he trying to do here. I think personally should have edited nicely that like people could have enjoyed more. But overall, even the first episode is not that good. But after you go to the second, third, and the fourth episode, overall, it's actually still quite good. If you like this kind of series, I think it's worth checking. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this series. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to check my other reviews on other series. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.